Heroes and villains. What makes a hero? What makes a villain? Are these words the same as saying good and evil, good and bad? I don't think so. In fact, I know so. Heroes and villains are what you make of them. People talk about heroes of YouTube, villains of YouTube. There are people in my comment section sometimes who have described me, little old me, as an anime villain, or the final villain of YouTube. Dear Rag Reynolds, you are a psychopath, wrote one commenter a couple of years ago. You are the most evil man on the planet, said someone else in response to me saying, I think Scooby-Doo needs to go away. I'm a bad person, said someone, because I said I would beat up Ryan's toy review. You're a horrible, disgusting, mean person, someone else said when I said that I would eat a certain YouTuber's pet. But what does any of that really mean? Are they right? Am I a villain? Or in my mind, am I a villain? Or in my mind, am I a hero? What makes me a villain? What makes me a hero? What makes you, the viewer, any less of a villain or any less of a hero than me? You see heroes flying through the sky. Whee! I'm Superman, flying through the sky. These heroes, why are they a hero? Why is Superman a hero? What makes Superman a hero? What makes the Joker a villain? Did the Joker one day have a cup of coffee and thought, oh no, that cup of coffee has gone right to my stomach. I need to go empty my bowels in the toilet. And so the Joker goes running along to the toilet. He sits down on the toilet. Or maybe he didn't even have to. Maybe it was more like a bit of ring sting. Not comfortable at all. Maybe like a little hemorrhoid started poking out. Who knows? He turns around. Oh no. Isil toilet paper. This stuff's like grease-proof paper. How do I wipe with that? He takes the toilet paper. Oh no, I've just smeared it everywhere. So what does he do? He sticks his hand in the water. Splashes the water up his arse. So now he's covered in shit diarrhea water all over his butt cheeks. And he's just sitting there feeling a little bit free, feeling a little bit gross. Is that the birth of a villain? He's mad. He's so mad that whoever installed this toilet booth and whoever put that toilet paper there chose that horrible toilet paper when they could have done anything else. The poor Joker. The poor Joker. And suddenly when you hear that story, if that is what happened, you suddenly start to sympathize with everything he ever did after that. Every person he killed, every bit of chaos that ensued. I can understand it, and you know what? I do not blame the man, because if it was me, I would have done 10 times worse. And so the point is, why does that make him a villain? Are you a villain in terms of your intention? Is it your morality? Morals aren't real, by the way, folks. So, what is it that makes the Joker a villain? Isn't he the hero of his own story? Seems like a very heroic thing to me if he goes out there and kills whoever made that toilet paper. He's just trying to get good with the world. He's just trying to balance things out. Lots of people have had this horrible experience of having to splash that dirty ass diarrhea water up themselves. Wouldn't you be a little mad if that had happened to you? And so we talk about heroes and villains. We talk about all sorts of things. But what does any of it mean? I think it means nothing. Because as I said, folks, morals aren't real. There is no good. There is no bad. These are social constructs. Morals do not exist. Morals are what we make up in our own minds. That's why people in Great Britain have different morals in society compared to people who live in Saudi Arabia. If morals were not socially constructed, if they were not made up, every person on the planet would feel good and bad about doing the same things. Everyone in Saudi Arabia would feel, oh no, it's terrible that women don't have rights here. But they don't, because they have a different moral compass than we do. Because morals aren't real. Morals are just things that people make up in their heads because it benefits them. People think, I would really like it if no one came to my house and stabbed me in the middle of the night. So let's say the morally good thing to do is not do that. And it's almost an agreement that we make with the rest of society. It's an agreement we make that, okay, on the basis, I promise not to do this bad thing that you don't like to you, so long as you also agree that you're not going to do that bad thing that I don't like to me. Forget about empathy. Forget about all that. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. And one of the biggest examples of that is you see animals and how we eat this animal and we don't eat that animal. If morals were real, people would feel the same about every single animal. So maybe you can say, oh, well, I guess the vegans are the only moral. Fuck the vegans. Fuck you, vegans. I don't give a fuck. You're just virtue signalers, okay? The point is, morals are not real. And if morals aren't real, then neither are heroes. Neither are villains. You can't be a hero. You can't be a villain because morals do not exist. How can you be a hero? Which means this morally righteous person who saves people. Or how can you be a villain who is this no good person who goes out and makes evil plans to do bad things to people? How can you be either one of those things if good and bad are subjective? Good and bad do not exist. Your idea of good is people doing things you like. Your idea of bad is people doing things you don't like. And that's why different people think of different things as good and bad. That's all entirely subjective. There is no objective morality. None whatsoever. Yet people are deluded into thinking that they can be a good person or a bad person. But there's no such thing. No such thing as a good or a bad person. Does not exist. Categorically false. If you think that you are good or bad or that morals are real, you are deluding yourself. That's simple. And so the moral, you see what I did there? The moral of the story here, folks, is Rag Reynolds a hero? Is Rag Reynolds a villain? Rag Reynolds is what he damn well pleases.